Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Yeah, but we're gonna switch this up, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can ask me anything.
There we go.
Yeah, and that's
Maybe you can use a woman's voice next time.
Yeah, exactly.
that's less threatening, perhaps, Charlie. No, and today I'm very glad that I can do this together with my. Yeah, it's a new colleague or no, not any longer, right? After 3 months, that you're not longer
Not
new,
new,
right?
no.
Has it
My
only been
colleague?
3 months?
No, from the 1st of October. So
Yeah, more.
more, half a year.
Yeah,
Half a year. I
More
was
than
half
half
a
a
year
year.
already,
Yeah. Time
good.
flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, that's right.
so no longer new. So perhaps start with that. Ask me anything. That we can also ask questions to Ingrid, right?
That's right. And I
Yes,
will.
of
So
course.
far,
If you're tuning in just now, and it's up on the screen if you're watching the video, but 076-533-2323 if you want to WhatsApp a question for either Jurit or Ingrid. But Jurit, I think you got some questions, don't you?
Absolutely.
After 6 months, you should start asking
after
questions.
6 months. Ingrid, what I wanted to know. No, how are you doing? 1 and 2. What are your impressions so far? Changed roles for those who do not know. First, the director of finance and student office, and now the executive board member of BUas. And so you know us a bit, right?
Yes,
For already
yeah.
7
More
years.
8 years.
8 years already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I worked as a director of the finance and control and student office department.
Yep.
And since half a year, together with you as the board of BUas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your first question, to answer the first question, van how are you? Well, this is the first time in the radio show.
Wow, that's a premiere. Yeah.
Premiere. And like Reggie said, I want to join more, even more. So great to be here and great to have Kiana. And it gives energy to be in this room.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
now
yeah.
I know why
Why
you're
I like it so much to be here with Charlie.
And we'll
Yeah.
work on the questions for the Beat the Press game next time you're on.
Yes,
So
please. Yeah.
We'll pick a different topic.
I picked the subject.
Okay,
Yeah, we have about shopping or something like that.
Yeah, or festivals, right? Because
Yeah,
people
I
probably do not know because you're a huge festival
Yeah, I'm
ganger.
a huge
eh?
festival fan. Yeah, I like to work hard. And I have 2 children. They need attention too. I have a husband. He also needs some attention
Occasionally.
occasionally. Yeah, and besides that, I really like to go to festivals because that's a day with friends. Most of the time with the sun, outside, chatting, music. Just like Reggie said, he loves different kinds of music. I do too. I like classical music with Einaudi, but I like the paaspop you mentioned for the
were there
band,
as well,
the
huh?
Ukrainian band. I was there as well, but also like the dance festivals, especially once together with friends and the beer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. The festival atmosphere. I'm a big music fan. I like to go to a lot of concerts. And if I'm going to see my favorite bands, I don't necessarily like to see them at a festival because they're shortened sets and things like that. But the
That's
vibe,
different, yeah.
the vibe of the
Yeah.
festival and the atmosphere and all that, I love that stuff.
Everyone is happy and is enjoying. Yeah.
Enjoying themselves,
enjoys
having a good time.
themselves. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's great to be there, and it's great to be here at BUas in this new position. Yes, I know BUas already for 8 years, and now in the last 6 months, my knowledge and view about BUas is in line with my first impressions.
And that's the question that just came in. What's been your biggest surprise in the new role? What surprised you the
Good question.
most?
Who posted the question? Anonymous.
Gibson? Yeah, anonymous.
Well,
Anonymous.
the
That's a good question. Thank you.
first
Anya.
in my
Anya?
first, I was a lot connected to the support staff, and now there's obviously more education and research. And what surprises me the most is the enthusiasm of every colleague within BUas, and especially one of the things what's changing in the last small years and months is the capability and the awareness that we need to change, and we want to change. There is a lot of innovative colleagues on the research part, on the education part, but also on the support staff. And they learn to know each other, they know and want to cooperate. And I think that's due to the campus we live at. We are at 5 academies now together here on one place and with 4 support staff. And we know each other, we learn from each other, and we like it. So the snowball effect is here also. That is, the cooperation is more and more. And also between the support staff and the academies and within the different academies. And I think that's a real plus that we achieved in the last years, especially due to the campus.
Yeah, and then we had COVID thrown in the middle of it to kind of
Yes.
derail things for a little bit, but at least that's behind us. I think we've talked about this often on the show. You've got to facilitate the right environment for change and make it possible to begin with, and then support the change. And one of your favorite sayings I use often, because I find myself doing this quite often: fail forward. Failing forward, and not to have that sense of fear. I think what comes along with change often is that hesitation because, well, what if we mess this up? So
Yeah.
failing forward is a good way to look at it.
And we have a lot of innovative colleagues and colleagues who want to change and they want a better BUas plus. And failing forward in the execution of our strategy is important. We need to go forward, and sometimes we fail, and we learn from it.
And
We discuss it, and we go on.
we're being honest, and this can be for both of you, we got a lot of colleagues that are a little bit more change reluctant, and they might have the philosophy, hey, if it ain't broke, why are we fixing this? And a lot of pride in all the academies, mine included, in what we've accomplished and what we do. And so feeling a little bit forced to change, because we talk about we need to change, we have to change, and some colleagues are saying, why?
Yeah.
So what's your response to there? We need to change because the world is ever changing, or how do you address those? Probably in the minority, especially at this point, I think, because some of the reasons you address the snowball effect, I think people are getting a little bit more enthusiastic about the change, which is coming no matter what. But how do you respond to the few out there that are like, change for change's sake? Why are we changing if it ain't broke?
Yeah, now change is not for change itself, huh? But on the other hand, not changing to this rapidly changing world in which our stakeholders and also and that's students and industry is not a bad word, by the way. They're asking a lot of us, and then doing some things that you have been doing in the past. They are great, and they should keep. So it's also not that we do everything completely different, but to make sure, and that's also the core of the BUas Plus, that we have such a great banquet of all these flavors and tastes on the table, and not allowing students to have different tastes of this banquet in a way that is for them and also for their future careers is beneficial. Yeah, that's a waste, It's a waste for the students, it's a waste for the faculty and staff, not having other students on board in your classes. So and also from a pedagogical educational point of view, we also know that some ways we are teaching are more productive, or productive is not the word, but more adding to the success of our students than others. And that's why I'm also fascinated about education, being in education for more than 20 years now, that we know so much about what is effective and what's not. And we are one of the few organizations who was really reluctant to this change. And for example, we know with projects, if students can work on a project together collectively, then they learn much more than the industry is connected to that. And having and multidisciplinarity, so having different perspectives also broaden your horizon. If you're going to work wherever you're going to do, in which domain or program you are, you have to work later on in domains that are not only lateral, but you have to work with all kinds of backgrounds, disciplines. So why not
all kinds of cultures and an international environment? We can't go a show without bringing up how important that is,
and it is
to the global society, world we're living in.
So the change, we're not changing for the change, but we are changing to have a future-proof program, and also having more evidence-based approach. And that means that sometimes you have to get a bit of your own habit. But the way we are doing it, I'm yeah, I'm happy about this. You know, and sometimes, no, a bit, especially our board. We had a music quiz with the EB, and then we tested about the what was it? The songs and the BPE's, right?
The BPM, the
Beats per minute,
Beats per
yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
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 And luckily, that Ingrid and myself, we came up with the highest beats per minute.
All
So
right.
there's something about
We want
ambition
the
there.
action.
You guys are hard style.
Yeah, we are. And sometimes you have to say, okay, and we sit on our heads and also let it happen. And also make mistakes, you know, that is crucial. So sometimes people think, oh, I have to change. And what if this? And after everything clear in advance. But sometimes you have to change it with the right reason, explain it, but get also involved in the change.
And the other slight buzzword or catchphrase is this lifelong learning. I think it goes hand in hand of why you would want to support and be interested in change, because it has to do with learning. And I want to continue to learn as long as I'm on this planet and know more today than I did yesterday and continue that.
And explore your talents, and maybe you have a talent B. So what's in the future? Where will you be? Will you still be on your same spots as you are now, or is there a plan B for yourself? What do I like more? What's my second talent? And I think that's very important to know for yourself, by heart, from what's in it for me.
Yeah.
And so that's good to explore and to discuss it. Have no fear to discuss it with your colleagues or your manager, because that's very important to know which way you want to go.
Yep, I think just for what a variety of reasons, change makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And I think you two and have done a good job facilitating this. For me, at least, I feel like it's a safe place to try new things, to experiment, to change, to not be afraid of failing forward. So I feel safe in the changes. And I know it's challenging. There's a lot of stuff we might wonder, why are we changing this if it was working so well in our opinions before? So there's still the questions and maybe some doubts, but at least I feel secure in being supported as I learn and move forward.
It's great to hear, because that's what we want to facilitate, that everyone feels comfortable and safe to say what they want and have the right conversation with each other. So great to hear that.
Yeah, I'm just kissing butt.
No, you aren't, Charlie. No, you a bit. You're not doing that. So.
All right.
But thanks a lot. Are there other questions from
That's-
our audience?
That's all we've got here. Unless you
good.
guys have got some, we can wrap
Ooh,
up.
it's already 2:00, right?
No.
So
Someone was a few minutes late for the show. We won't name
who was
names,
dead?
but,
Which president was dead?
Yeah.
It was Reggie. No. No, it was me. I take the blame.
he took the sustainable route to get here.
Absolutely, we took that. Yeah, and our final song, it's Go A, right?
That's right.
With the song called Sham. They also played it at the Eurovision Song Contest, and they also going to hopefully play it tonight.
Oh, I hope
And-
so. It's going to bring down
and
the
the ma-
house.
and the-
Well,
and
hopefully, it
will
doesn't
bring-
literally bring down the chapel, but it's going to be the chapel's going to be rocking.
Not to do so, but that's about the essence. It's about spring. The new spring's coming up, and hopefully also an end of the war in Ukraine, and also a bright new future, and to rebuilding the country. And I think they need the whole community, also the students that are present, but also the rest of the community to, and also BUas want to contribute on that to help them make the change. And hopefully this summer will be an everlasting one.
Let's hope so. And boy, the Ukrainian students I've had the privilege of really interacting with over, they're so delightful. So
Yeah.
just really great to have them as part of our community. And I look forward to seeing them have a great time this evening.
Absolutely.
So thank you both. We'll do
Yeah,
it
thank
again
you,
soon.
Charlie.
Here.
All right.